So this here was the reason why I was shouting on top of my lungs to be careful. Even though the price of Bitcoin was above 28,000, I was very clear. First, there might be a retracement. Price coming back to test some key line first, and only after that starting with an actual impulsiveness. And this is exactly what is also unfolding right now in our case. But before I dive into this content, first thing first, guys, destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now, if we look at this price action here in a weekly time frame, yesterday the price of Bitcoin, this weekly candle was clearly above the 200 weekly moving average. But right now, if we look at this carefully, this 200 weekly moving average is above the price action. That means this exact line on 28,000 is still looked as a line of resistance. Yes, guys, in the past price action, we know only after finding proper support above this 200 weekly moving average, only after that the price of Bitcoin started with an actual impulsiveness. So in our case, the price of Bitcoin is still below the 200 weekly moving average, right? We have to be careful, because only after flipping that into proper support, we know the price of Bitcoin is ready for an actual impulsiveness like the past price action. I mean, finding support above this trend line, and only after that starting with an actual impulsiveness. So please, guys, please watch this resistance, the 200 weekly moving average resistance, carefully. And along with that, yes, the price right now looks like forming this double bottom, which is a bullish continuation formation. But along with this 200 weekly moving average, we also have resistance from this 30-week moving average. Yes, guys, according to this Stan Weinstein, if the price of Bitcoin wants to start with an actual impulsiveness like this, right, then what must happen? First, we have to overcome the resistance from this horizontal trend line, which we did. We are clearly above it, but we are still below this red line, which is a 30-week moving average. So according to this example, the price must also overcome the resistance from this red line, and only after that we could be preparing ourselves for this new impulsive movement. And now, even if we look at this in a smaller time frame, this scenario, this was exactly what I showed you when the price of Bitcoin was testing the resistance around 28,300, 28,400 range. I mean, when we found out that in the past price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin got rejected around this rising trend line, what happened after that? The price of Bitcoin showed weakness and also got attracted towards the lower trend line from this ascending channel or rising channel. And in our case, I was showing you that this exact scenario might be playing out. Price coming back to test the support one more time, and only after that starting with an actual impulsiveness like this. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here is that even though the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term might show weakness, might get attracted towards some key line, it does not necessarily mean that it is going to be a bearish continuation pattern. This drawing is from yesterday. You can see, right? We could be getting attracted towards this CPI line first, which sits around 26,700 range, and only after that decide an actual trend duration. But in our case, since we are going to be above the October CPI, right, these trend lines being above this trend line means the price will be finding support at this CPI line, and after that there is a very high probability of starting an actual impulsiveness. So even if the price in the medium short term does shows weakness, does get attracted towards the 26,600, 26,700, please do not panic. This could be looked as a retest, price coming back to test the key line of support one more time, just like as this example here, before starting with an actual impulsiveness. Yesterday, when this bump and run reversal pattern was playing out, I showed you this exact scenario here. After this bullish breakout, please do not get excited. There might be a retest, price coming back to test the previous temporary trend line one more time, which in our case is this falling trend line, just like as shown here in an example as well. You can see after this bullish breakout, what happened here? We came back to test the previous temporary waistline, consolidated, and only after that started with a new impulsiveness. So this is exactly what we are also expecting to play out in our case. So that means getting rejection or getting attracted towards this falling trend line does not mean the price is bearish. It could be looked as a retest, price coming back to test the key line first, and only after that starting with an actual impulsiveness. Not just only this, guys, even if you look at this example here. Now, before I switch to other chart, I just want to quickly aware you guys about the bonuses which are available for our community members in the description down below. Bybit with 30,000 deposit bonus plus 1,000 USDT giveaway to our community members who sign up using this link within this month. Yes, guys, you just have to follow a simple step to claim this 1,000 USDT giveaway. So if you want to grab this opportunity, the link to Phemex, the link to Bybit, OKX are all given in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to grab this opportunity. Now, let me switch the chart. So yesterday, we also talked about this falling wedge pattern where I showed you very clearly. This will be looked as a bullish continuation pattern because in the past price action, when the price of Bitcoin broke the upper trend line from this falling wedge, it started with a new impulsiveness, right? This is exactly what was unfolding in our case as well. But if we look at this example, even in this example, after this bullish breakout, you can see, guys, after this bullish breakout, what happened? Price showed some weakness before consolidating and starting with an actual impulsiveness. So this is exactly what could be also in our case. Price getting attracted towards to test the key line of support first, and only after that starting with an actual impulsiveness. And if that does happen, price showing weakness, price getting attracted towards the key line first, then this will be looked as a temporary retracement. Yes, guys, price of Bitcoin coming back to test the key line first, and only after that starting with an actual impulsiveness. So in this 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern, a bullish continuation pattern, if the price of Bitcoin does shows further weakness, right, gets attracted towards this 26,700, 26,800 range, please do not panic. Again, guys, this could be just a temporary pullback before we start with an actual impulsiveness. And not just only that, even this descending broadening wedge, a bullish continuation pattern, is playing out parallelly, which is also indicating if we do see any sort of a retracement in our way, right, before starting with an actual impulsiveness, please do not panic. Why? Because this exact line, which previously acted as a line of resistance, will be looked as a line of support around 26,600, 26,700 range. So any sort of a pullback around that area, that will be looked as a retest before we start with an actual impulsiveness. So regardless of whatever happened, as long as the price of Bitcoin remains over the CPI line, everything is good. And that will also indicate the upcoming month for Bitcoin will be bullish. So this were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, try that like button. But if you want to support me even further, you know, a comment is always appreciated. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye-bye, guys.